Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present a video replay of the match highlights between W7M Esports and FaZe Clan during the Brazil League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Of the bathroom there at the top of stairs, just trying to support this push up to the top of the stairs. The Nomad is going to be working across, but I'm not sure is aware of the presence of the army. Yes, finds Souls, but KDS is there, as is Cyber Handy. They're all getting in on the action. FaZe wake up, and it's 4 versus 2, but Dash manages to find Cyber.
In a PvP game, we're going to settle down with some coffee and cake inside a cafe. Then it all explodes, all hell breaks loose, and kills just battle out 5 players dead. Whoa, out of nowhere. Dots at least evening things up here into a 2 versus 2. Still very winnable for the side of W7M. Dots, of course, got to be mindful of his HP being particularly low here, so maybe Dash is the one that you'll turn some attention to. C4 comes skyward, finds that man on low HP, and to be fair, Dash almost found himself going down as well. Would have been one hell of a way to end the round with a single C4, 7 HP to his name, and 2 full health players to chew through.
Yeah, very unlikely to do this now. And this just sort of further illustrates my point. They've been hit with a nitro from below, you know, which is something I'm saying is difficult to do when you're defending top floor. But the thing there is, now it's just an option. They've already had the problems. They've already got their kills, and it's just a secondary, yeah, we can try and hit them with a nitro now. Whereas on the top floor, you're kind of relying on that to be your problem.
Rely on here, I believe, is probably going to be the Ossa Shields.
Just going to be sending the drone down red stairs. Spot the player in behind bar. They've also got that breach opened up that's going to give a view on into sight. Volps manages to make use of another hole in the floor, finding Vita King. And that leaves us now 5 versus 3. And FaZe are really trying to cling on here. But when this Ossa drops, it's going to get more and more difficult. Dots will push in and try and get that diffuser down behind a shield. That's exactly where he's gone for the time being. But they haven't cleared out VIP. And that's a big problem. However, the couple of shots that do land allows him across. Here we go though. No, it looked like Handy was going to have a huge impact on the round with the shotgun, but he gets taken down in the nick of time by KDS. 4v1, diffuser going down. Surely this is over as Souls is searching, seeking. We know that he is a clutch master, but from here it would be a huge ask. He takes down Volps. 1v4 becomes 1v3, but surely not. They're on either side of him. W7M have played this perfectly. They've got the intel, they've got the positions, and surely now it's just a matter of time until they have the final kill.
Might be Souls being the top rated player last stage, and as you say, Tim, an absolute clutch god at the best of times. But I think even for him, 5 seconds and 3 kills to get through that. Looking at the other side, the Kebby on side, the Lion on side, the Blitz, it is all about aggression, and I think the Azami and Castle could slow that down if we don't see W7M getting fully prepped for it.
Dockerby Cole comes in and they do try to push behind it, W7M, but it really doesn't work as Souls and KDS manage to get one apiece. Souls is picked up in a trade, Cyber found elsewhere, leaving us now in a 3 versus 3 and a little bit of a pause in the action, but FaZe are still present. They're still looking to make things difficult underneath the hatch there as the sledge opens it up. They're not going to let this round go too easily. We can see at least 2 of FaZe have dropped themselves away now. I think they're all actually back towards site, so top floor is at least controlled by W7M for now, but do they have enough time and enough bodies to make it pay?
Well, last time around they had things all square. FaZe completely deleted them. Here, though, things aren't all square. Right sort of idea, and Volts with a wicked shot on towards Vita King. W7M actually coming out really strong these last couple of rounds, and FaZe suddenly might be hitting a couple of good shots, Tim, but it's not looking so confident when they're in these kind of end of round situations. The pace, I think, from W7M catching them off guard a little bit. Handy now with it all to do and has got to be able to play the vertical angle. Everyone else has dropped down. It might be that he's got this vertical control, but can he stop the diffuser going down? I'm not so sure.
I think that's what he's kind of hoping at the minute, is for that opportunity. They've given him a freebie there. He's going to drop. Surely they'll know where he's coming from.
The Solus being the intent to do things right, but it didn't obviously stop them being able to just roll over them when the time came around. It feels that once the globals start being rolled out, the Blitz starts moving, things can change massively. However, Volps has been found out. It's a hard breach that's gone. Not the end of the world on Cafe. You can still make do without the hard breach. It makes things easier, of course. But here they go with the straight march in, and they're going direct towards site here. The Twitch is the one who's got the plant in back pocket. Here we go. It's going to go down inside of the smoke as well, and we've got a cover being provided by Blitz. That's a bit crazy. 2 kills for FaZe upstairs. Oh, they've managed to get the stop on the defuse as well. That's unfortunate. Now Dots has got it all to do against 4. This one does not look winnable.
Not with the Blitz. No. He's going to try and get up in the face, but be a real big bonus. Like I say, it's not the most terrible site in the game. It's usually about a 50-50, but that is not going to help FaZe when it comes to winning a 50-50. Dot's taking down Handy, and W7M started moving, but giving himself away.
That's what they're now looking for as well. FaZe kind of drop back a bit. Don't feel the need to be too aggressive yet. Just let W7M make their play. Oh, that was one hell of a shot from Lobim. Soul's taken down, Cyber back on the trade. A 3v3 with 40 seconds to play, but my God, these shots are coming in thick and fast. Everything feels like a headshot or just a one-tap coming into him, but it's down to a 1v1, and Bitter King has got the long angle. Behold, there is a book on side.
But yeah, it very much becomes about protecting Volps. You've got to now deliver him into, you know, that top floor safely so that he can start taking that floor up. Dorez going down is not going to help. It removes the Ash. It removes the Ash charges. They're now shorter numbers. FaZe are just going to start running over this more than likely. But Volps, he says, I don't need no protection. I'm going to protect myself. Comes in with a huge double there to get W7M back into things.
I think it's Tim. Look at the
impact nades have gone, but so there's not going to be any explosions from below to worry about, but even just a bullet sprayed up that catches a bootlace is probably going to, you know, take Volps down at this point. So 20 seconds left to go. It's unlikely for W7M.
Making their march forward and now making their presence known as well. Up white with that little soft spray coming in through the wall. Well, it's also in a good spot there. The Nomad is going to say, try and make a plant going to happen, but there's a long cross from inside of mining. That plant's not going to go down. We're into the last 5 seconds, and Volps...
I feel like they were more clinical on the attack when they were given the map than FaZe have been here.
A call coming through to get them into the building, and sure enough, Dash going to step in and find one. Trade is there immediately as KDS is ready for the next. Look at the aggression from W7M as well. As the call comes out, normally you'd shrink away, but what W7M have done is sent 3 players to go aggressive in towards the front door here. Enough that FaZe are hiding outside the building. They've got 2 more, Tim. That is brilliant from them. Have not sat back, have not let FaZe get control of the map, and have been willing to fight tooth and nail for absolutely everything. A great shot from Dodez too to force it down to just Cyber being left alone with 10 seconds on the clock. He'll try and make this plant work, but can someone get there in time?
Almost certainly, I would expect he's being pinged out, but they've not actually pushed forward here. A little bit of a surprise that they've allowed that to happen, because it just gives him an opportunity to get guns up, and we know how good Cyber can be in that situation. Low health now, though, 30 HP, taken down before the flash can go off. He fights actively.
Didn't get it, though. So far, W7M not giving them anything, and I think the large part of it is, again, similar to last round, when the heat starts to come up from FaZe, that's when it gets sprung back on its head. One already falling down, and just like that, Souls thought he was safe inside the building, thought he could get something away from this one, but no, 2 kills have gone the way of W7M. FaZe are just being tripped up at every single turn here and cannot find a footing in this round.
I mean, we thought that FaZe looked pretty clinical on defense at times, but W7M are looking way better across these first 2 rounds, to be honest.
They look active. That's what I like. They're not sitting back and playing things defensively and let the attackers run the roost. No, they're fighting back. Now, 2 kills will come in, though, for FaZe. It is a high-risk, high-reward strategy. That's kind of been showed now with Cyber picking up a couple to balance things back out again.
And that's what FaZe need. They have to... Oh, what a beauty of a shot from Handy. Just tracking his man there through the fireplace. Knew it was coming and just rips the head off his shoulders to give the advantage back to FaZe. Like I said, FaZe needed this reaction because W7M, you just, you know, use the word active. They were right up in their faces. They were running around. They were mobile. They were finding kills. And FaZe looked a little bit sluggish, but they've certainly woken up here. Handy finds himself another in the round. 3 versus 1. It's over. Take down a Yokai drone as well. But there's not much support here for Cyber. Nobody's coming in with him. He needs to win a gunfight. He needs somebody else to come in and support him. He's dead before they can. Dash manages to find the kill with a nitro, and FaZe just weren't quick enough to back him up.
No, he was there for a good 20-30 seconds, right? And it's only now they've started to make moves like you're seeing here out of Souls. Just a little bit behind pace, it feels, some of the other members. And it's not strictly their fault. Like, Souls ain't the kind of guy to be behind pace and making mistakes. That's just not who he is as a player. But the team overall hasn't quite got this one fully spot on. I say that. KDS has exploded forward and found 2. 1 traded back elsewhere. Souls also going to fall, but is it all Handy and KDS? It could well be. A 1v2 finds 1. No idea where the second is. He's scared about White Corridor. in case the second did come round.
They're not going to be caught out with it. The FURIA FNAT is going to hold them at bay as well. And you can see this dash is ready. He knows, but he cannot win it out. Somehow Handy hits him on the reverse peaks. They still have enough time to work with. They can get it done. They just need to be a little bit more specific about the vertical angles they want to open up. They might not have time to open all that they normally would. We have a coming together again. KDS not taking much damage there, but managing to chip away at some for himself. Handy does manage to find Volps 4 versus 2 now. That might just be the blood in the water for FaZe here. They smell it. They know that the round could be potentially theirs, but they don't know about Donis, do they? Yes, they do. Souls manages to find the kill. 3v1 though, 10 seconds left to go. Diffuser is in hand. Nomad's been sat there staring at it for a good while now. Vitaking just waiting for that angle to be available. And to be honest,
the jump out.
I was going to say there's nobody there for him to really do anything about, but Dodes had moved into the perfect position for him. And Vitaking gets himself a great opener. That's advantage FaZe 4 versus 5. And W7M trying to hold on.
Yeah, it's good so far. I'd say controlled by FaZe overall. You know, just dissuading that jump out, drones, flashbangs, enough to force the defenders back, turning it into a kill or two along the way. And now they've got someone coming in. Do they know about this FURIA that sat down towards the south side? Have they got any idea about his presence? I'm not too convinced they do, Tim.
No, I don't think they do, although that says otherwise. Maybe Zephyr's stun grenade going out, but it's too late to get the job done. Explodes far too soon. Lobin manages to find the kill, and that leaves Handy in serious trouble here as he's now being challenged by Lobin, who finds him. That kill onto KDS just freed Lobin up to move around more, and W7M look like they might be holding on for one more round. Volps comes in, kill onto Cyber, and it's all up to Bitter King. Can he find anything here? He's going to need 3 kills. He's got 45 seconds left to do it. All he can do is just try to break these down into 1v1s. W7M need to try and just get into a position to challenge.
And when he's on his day, he absolutely slays the field. An absolute nightmare to deal with. But when you get a really composed and put together team, not so much of a big problem. Yes, he's got 8 kills, but has died a couple of silly times, I think, especially in this second half. On the bright side, they get one back. A second player now rounding up as well. W7M are ready for this, and sure enough, Cyber has been shut down. Now man advantage to W7M.
Yeah, the big factor being that Handy is gone, so the nades have gone with him. Warden Dots is likely to be able to just stay sat in VIP for the rest of this round unless they can go in and make a challenge directly onto him. And that is exactly what happens. KDS with a big kill. They're finding a way here at FaZe. 2 versus 2, and they're keeping the pressure on W7M. Having the Warden out there was a really big part of things. There's lots of flashes left on the side of FaZe, and it just gave that opportunity to negate all of that, to make it difficult to push into Freezer, but now that avenue opens up.
They got the idea. Pings are there. FaZe take this one 7-5. Order W7M forces through to overtime and guarantee they at least get some of the points out of this game. Only 20 seconds to go. Again, I keep speaking about these unforced errors all day, Tim, but that's what's going to come down to. So last smoke is now burning through, so it is really going to be a final few seconds push.
Bitter King just looking to move in from Freezer. Full white flash as they try to get aggressive. Dash just swings with the shotgun. 1 versus 1 here. 3 seconds left to go. Bitter King with no option but to try and put this down. The ping is there. They know what's going on. And that is going to be...
Well, okay, why are those there? At this point, it could be for a variety of reasons, if nothing else, to make things clear for the Blitz to go charging in. And that's exactly what's going on. No jammers, nothing else to stop him on the way on through. Hopefully shutting down C4s, but not quite the case. Plant now going down. 4v3 to FaZe. They've got the numbers advantage, but don't have the sight, Tim. A rush coming out from the attackers has got them the plant down.
Yeah, it's something that W7M had already tried and didn't get away with, but this time it's certainly gone a lot better. However, kills are coming in. 2v2 though, as W7M managed to cling on. They've got the sledge above as well, opening up those verticals now. That could make it a real big problem for FaZe. They could do with sending somebody upstairs quickly to try and get that kill, as Dodes picks up KDS, and I had a feeling that W7M might have an attack in them, Des, and there it is.
Their first defeat here in the Brazil League across the entirety of the year. Real scary thought, and showing that this may well be a much closer league than anticipated. And he's going to find out Lobin, though. The castle being taken offline. Again, far from the end of the world, his gadgetry is down. He's done his job for the most part and now can provide info. Volt stepping up and bringing down KDS. A great game from him, but he's offline.
Volk's just starting to chew through things with the Alder. He's going to hold himself in bakery for as long as possible here. Further utility coming in is going to tell him that he's likely to continue being pushed, but it's Handy that moves in to Wedding at the moment.
It's one
King
for
is
one,
just
man.
looking, it really is, honestly, it could go anywhere here, but Handy taken down by Dordes. He's been a hero for W7M already. Can he do it again? King answers, it's trade for trade for trade.
10 seconds.
2v2, 10 seconds.
They've not got the time here, realistically, and King's got to do it all against two. He's not got the diffuser. He's not got a hope in hell. And W7M hand a defeat over to FaZe.